Hey guys, how is everyone doing today? I wanted to jump on here today and talk about something that is really near and dear to my heart. So I have a question for you guys, and it's in the comments of this video, but have you been waiting for the right time to start something new and amazing? Or have you ever said that you're just like too busy to do that right now? I wanted to talk about my top tips today on how you can overcome some of those obstacles that might be holding you back. So often in our society, I feel like we allow ourselves to be really busy. Like it becomes a term that we use in our correspondence with one another. It's like, how are you? I'm so busy, right? And those become a lot of excuses. They become reasons why it's not the right time, or we don't have the time, or I'm so busy. And today, I just really wanted to challenge all of you to ask yourself this question. If not now, then when is the right time? And then discuss a couple of things that I think might be holding you back or keeping you from taking some of those steps. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Samantha Franson, and I work as a health and wellness educator over on the blog Decidedly So, where when it comes to living a healthier life, I believe that knowledge is power, but convenience is key. So I am working to help empower and equip and inspire busy mamas of the world to help make this process of living a healthier lifestyle a whole heck of a lot easier. Today, we're going to be honing in on something that's really close to me, which is mental health. Mental health and wellness is a huge factor in any health and wellness journey. Your thoughts are powerful, my friends, and they can either lift you up or they can tear you down. So today we're going to talk about something that might be a little bit of an uplifting factor. So what are the things that are holding you back? The first thing that I would venture to bet is the desire to have all of the steps figured out in order to begin. It's like we want the roadmap, but then when we start looking at it, it's hard, it's complicated, the journey's long, it's going to take too long to get where we're going, and you just get really overwhelmed and then you never get started. Can any of you guys who are tuning in right now relate to that feeling? I know that I personally absolutely can. And at the same time, I'm like, what is that? Why do we do that to ourselves? It's like, I'm not even going to get started because it's not going to be any good. It's not going to look this way. I will tell you that my husband has been such an amazing example for me of somebody who doesn't wait for the perfect time, but instead gets out there, stakes their claim, and gets started on something. He doesn't worry about the how. And I think that's a really hard concept for a lot of people who desire order and a plan. But really and truly, the how in it all doesn't matter. And here's why. Because no matter how well you've planned out the perfect course for your journey, it will not come without challenges and struggles. There will be bumps. There will be potty stops for the moms out there. There will be closed roads that didn't show up on your GPS. And there will be accidents that delay you for miles, right? The real question that you have to ask yourself in those moments is the destination worth it? Why did you set out on the journey to begin with? It's likely because you have a desire and a longing in your heart to do something that's really worthwhile in this world. And I would say, I do not believe that God puts a dream in your heart without also equipping you with the ability to make it happen. But here is the key in all of this, you guys. Most of us approach something new expecting that we're going to be fully equipped today, this moment. Like you have to have it all figured out, and you're supposed to be able to do it all from day one. And that is not how this works out, my friends. The journey is all about gathering up the tools and the instruments that you're going to need for the journey. It's about gearing up and getting equipped, honestly. So then here's the other thing that might be holding you back. It's called failure. Right? This one might be super obvious. You might be going like, oh, duh. But I cannot tell you or encourage you enough to stop being afraid to fail. Stop analyzing every single outcome until you've paralyzed yourself into inaction. I have spent so much of my adult life in that incredibly unhealthy space. And I will tell you, it is unhealthy. In a health and wellness journey, for you to do this to yourself on a consistent basis is one of the most toxic things that you can be doing for your life. I know that I have asked questions like, well, what if this isn't the right path? Or what if people judge me? Well, the real reality in it all is, if it's not the right path, I'm probably going to find a way to get back on course. And maybe what I will learn in that process is that, I'll learn what not to do for next time, right? And isn't that a really helpful and handy tool to have in your toolbox? And maybe when you think about those people who are judging you, maybe what you come to find out is that those aren't your people. And you wind up falling into a group of another amazing set of individuals who uplifts you and encourages you and really inspires you and wants the very best for you in life. Helpful people are a really great thing and handy tool for you to have in this thing called life, right? In this big journey. So what if each time you see failure, God sees a new skill set or tool that he's giving you? It's a really good thing to think about. And that kind of just really struck me today. How often do we take failure and allow it to be kind of a nail in our coffin to a degree? And as I'm thinking about that, it's kind of like, how is it possible that then we're taking this thing that is almost like God saying, this is what you need for this journey to get yourself out of this hole. And we're actually taking that tool and burying ourselves with it instead of using it in the way that we should. How about them apples, you guys? I'm on a roll today. What are the tools that God has given you and equipped you with in your life? I really, really, really encourage you to think about that, because there is a plan for your life. You were destined for greatness. You were destined to rise up and to thrive and to be used for good. And sometimes, you guys, the journey begins with just one little step. And maybe, just maybe in those moments when we're inclined to say, like, the timing just isn't right, or I'm too busy, that it's actually the perfect time for you to put your toes into the water and see how God shows up for you. That is when the little cracks and the windows and the doors begin to open, and they pave the way and they open the way for the beautiful dreams that you have in your heart to become a reality. You do not have to know how it's all going to pan out. You do not have to know that. You just have to do it one little step at a time. So today, I really encourage each of you to think about what you have been waiting for the right time to begin, and then stick your toe in the water. Maybe it's a new exercise program because you want to get back in shape, or maybe it's a new business idea that you haven't shared with anybody yet. Maybe people keep telling you over and over again, you're so good at this one thing, and you've been thinking that you wanted to share it with people for a long time. Whatever it is, stop waiting for the right time. The right time is right now, because now is all that we are promised, you guys. This moment right now that we are promised. I'm sorry, my phone started ringing. And on that note, you guys, I will say, I'll do to you and you and you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you know somebody who could benefit from this information, these words of encouragement, please share this with them. Tag them in the comments, whatever that looks like. I hope you found this inspiring and uplifting, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day.